Hello there. You're listening to the Sort Yourself Out podcast. This week, we're discussing the importance of maintaining a high vibration.
I'm your host, Janine Hunt, natural health therapist for over 30 years, hypnotherapist, lifelong student, and spiritual seeker. I like to seek out the most effective practices and techniques that provide the greatest bang for my buck and the fastest route to freedom from whatever is holding us back. I can't wait to share with you these powerful techniques so that you too can sort yourself out, know deeper meaning in your life, and best of all, a sense of inner peace. So let's get started.
Well, hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today. Now, we can all agree, even us positive thinkers, that we are living in difficult times. There is a lot going on in the world. For over a year now, the world has pretty much been turned on its head. Life as we knew it, all those freedoms we took for granted, have vanished. So we are living in a time of great turbulence. This change and the daily bombardment of crappy news is hard for the human to bear, right? Now, for most of us, it doesn't look like the world situation is going to change much anytime soon. So within all of this drama and trauma, it's really important that we try to remain positive and that we look after ourselves so that we do not sink under the onslaught of negativity. Now, all around us, we can see the grand reorientation of the structures and systems of our society taking place. The old ways are breaking down, making way for new systems that are in alignment with the Aquarian dynamic we are now entering. And this is characterized by cooperation, not competition, and sharing, not the selfish hoarding and control of the world's resources by a few. We are moving into an era where anything that is not in alignment with the heart energy and integrity is disintegrating. And this dismantling of the old systems and the emergence of the new can take a while to happen. We're looking at these big changes happening most likely by 2025, so we're in store for some uncomfortable times ahead. Now, the way that we can best ride through the turbulence and come out the other side without going nuts is to keep our vibrations as high as possible. So how do we do that? How do we rise above all the crap we see going on in the world and keep our vibration high? Well, number one is make the commitment to yourself to work on it. There are countless irritations, big and small, coming into our awareness and energy field all day long. So resolve to deal with this the best you can. I'll give you an example of how I've been dealing with this recently in my own life. Recently, a big farm building that is adjacent to our property was sold to a building company. Since before Christmas, they have been there most days, making noise all day long. They start before 8 in the morning, running a noisy, stinky generator nonstop till around 8 at night. They have been bulldozing, banging, and burning noxious bonfires day after day, whose smoke drifts directly into our garden. They've even been there doing this on weekends. Now, we live in the country, in a tiny little hamlet that prior to their arrival was very peaceful. There might be tractor noise from time to time, but never relentless noise month after month. And we like our peace and quiet. But for months now, we have been getting riled up by their activity and what we perceived as their selfish disrespect of the community they moved into by doing this even on Sundays, which is illegal in France. Like, can't we even have one day of peace? So my husband and I have been taking turns getting irritated and riled up. When it's me, he calms me down. When his irritation flares up, I calm him down. And sometimes both of us are just all out ranting and bitching together, working ourselves up into a right state. Oh my God. Now, I'm not used to having conflict like this in my life. I've always had good relationships with my neighbors. And I'll admit, I've been wondering, like, holy cow, what have I done to attract this into my life? So I've been handling this on a few levels. Firstly, we spoke to the guy who owns the business. Unfortunately, that did not go down well, as he basically told us to move back to our own country if we didn't like it. We also went to our local mayor's office to try and find out what's going on here and what our rights are. So all of that is in progress. But we needed to handle this within ourselves because we were poisoning ourselves with irritation and animosity. I'm not proud to admit this, but it was true. I became a curtain twitcher extraordinaire. At every noise, I'd be looking out the window, like, what are they doing now? And I was even filming them and recording the noise as the mayors told us to document what was going on. But it was consuming us, and we had to do something, like something had to give. So here's how I handled this within myself. I did yoga to move the emotions through my body and to just relax and breathe. And that really helped a lot. I took regular breaks throughout the day to shift my focus from outward irritations to my inner self. I consciously pulled my awareness inward and up in meditation. I practiced gratitude, really bigging up all the things that were going right. I practiced forgiveness. I did my inner smile meditation to bring through energies of love and joy. I brushed my doggie and poured love out to her. And yes, I made cake. I ate cake. I did mindfulness meditations to extend love and kindness to the prick. Whoops, did I just say that? I think I did. Oh well. I did energy work to surround my home with a bubble of love and peace. I envisioned the whole neighborhood peaceful and harmonious. And I looked for deeper meaning in the situation. And honestly, I found a shitload of reasons how this seemingly shitty situation was helping us in unexpected ways. It was bringing Steve and I closer as we faced this together and supported each other through it. It was making me look at aspects of myself. You know that mirror effect, that what you see that bothers you out there in the world is only noticeable to you if you have some aspect of that going on in your own energy field? Well, I had to look within and get greater clarity about what I needed to clear within myself. Also, Steve and I have been talking about moving for years, like seriously, over a decade. But it's only in the last year or so we've been tarting up the house to sell it, as we first renovated it over 30 years ago, so it all needed refreshing. So I could see how what was going on with our new neighbors was something that would definitely ensure that we got off our asses and out of this house. No more hanging around. Now, most of all was the lesson that it's really easy to be serene and peaceful when all is going well. But can you do it during challenging times? That's the real biggie. And it's also when we need it the most. So I took that on board and worked at a deeper level to reclaim my equanimity, regardless of what was going on outside. So those were just a few of the realizations I had about what was going on and how I could handle it within myself. So as we look at the world and what's going on, lots of it rather alarming and uncomfortable, it's important that we do what we can to shore ourselves up and remain in as high a vibration as possible. Sure, like in my situation, we will fluctuate between the high and the low. But I see 3 really important things we can do to help ourselves out. The first thing is to be able to get a little distance from what's going on and try to see the bigger picture and to grasp the lessons and meaning it holds for us. And also stop watching the news if it drags you down. It certainly does me. The second is to be aware and be able to catch yourself when you're sinking so you don't dwell there for ages, festering and feeding into negativity. And the third is to be able to lift yourself up when you do. Have practices and techniques you can use to reorientate yourself and raise your vibration, like some of the things I mentioned. If you don't manage to lift yourself and get back to a higher vibration, you'll only be a magnet for low vibrational things to come into your life. And you don't want that. Now, a couple of episodes ago, I was talking about how we can learn and grow through joy rather than pain and struggle. And maintaining a high vibration is definitely integral to that. I'd certainly rather grow through joy, but we're all works in progress, right? But if that idea interests you, you might like this. In a few weeks, I'm offering a free 5-day challenge, the Fast Track to Joy, where I'll be sharing with you my top easy, quick, and powerful techniques to get you connected to your inner source of joy so you can get the joy flowing in your life and experience the beauty of that every day. Now that sounds good, right? If you'd like to take part, you can sign up at theinspirationcloud.com/joy. Each day of the challenge, I'll be emailing you a short practice that will only take a few minutes that will raise your vibration and have you abuzz with joy. Again, you can sign up at theinspirationcloud.com/joy. And if you want to access more goodies like this, you might be interested in joining my soon-to-be-released membership, the Better Than Happy Zone, where I'll be sharing all sorts of techniques and practices to uplift your well-being and sort yourself out. We've got techniques to boost happiness and joy and promote inner peace, practices to improve your health and relationships and to let go of the crap that's holding you back, and teachings on co-creation, using your higher powers to create your ideal life. So if you're interested in joining the Better Than Happy Zone when it opens, why don't you head over to theinspirationcloud.com/membership to get on the wait list, and I will keep you informed. The doors will be opening officially after Easter, but those on the wait list will get an opportunity to join earlier at a specially discounted rate, at the lowest price this will ever be offered at. So that's the inspirationcloud.com/membership to get on the wait list. Okay, I am off. Remember to keep raising your vibration, and I hope you have a great week. Bye for now. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I really hope you found it helpful and full of uplifting ideas that you can put into practice in your life. And if you have, chances are your friends and family will too. So please share it with them on social media. You'll be helping them to sort themselves out, because I bet you think they need it, right? But seriously, you'll also be doing me a huge favor, and I will be eternally grateful for your generosity. It would also be lovely if you would leave me a review on iTunes. Preferably a nice one, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast while you're there. If you have any questions or would like me to address a certain topic, I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at info@theinspirationcloud.com. Have a good one, folks. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.